Hey guys, so really quick, I just wanted to hop on here and show you how to put together your interactive notebook. I've had a lot of questions and I've shown this in class before, but it's still, I guess it still might be a little bit difficult for some of you. So what I'm going to do is just show you what I mean about building your interactive notebook. And then, so when we get into Unit 2, maybe we won't have so many difficulties. So first and foremost, you will get copies of notebook pages every single day for every lesson that we do. All right. It is your responsibility on that day to either, if you're in class, take your notes in the live Zoom session, or if we don't have a Zoom meeting, I will always post a video and the slides. You need to use those lessons to make sure that you're filling in your notes. And then some days you'll have a place to do the warm-up, some days you'll have a place to do an exit ticket, and then some days you'll do graded assignments out of your notebook. You just need to be paying attention to what you are turning in where, okay? So every day is laid out for you day by day, exactly what you need to do, and you just need to make sure, like a rule of thumb is for that day, if you have interactive notebook pages, which you will, you just want to make sure that the notes are done the day of, okay? Because you don't want to get behind in your interactive notebook. Okay, so that being said, so like what I give you here are the lessons that are broken down, right? We do one lesson a day, and then it is up to you to put them all into one notebook, all right? So what I have here is my full notebook. So I'm going to say this is the notebook that I'm building. This is what you guys should have in your Google Drive that you've made a copy of. And so what you should do is open the first one. So the first lesson, the first time I showed you your notebook, it has the beginning page, all right? So go ahead and label that your full notebook, because that's going to be the one that you add to, okay? So let's say that we get through lesson 1. So lesson 1 goes through, remember, these 2 pages. So the timeline here. So we did the timeline, you submitted it, day 1 is over. Well, now we get to day 2, and I've linked your day 2 notes for you. So when you open them up, they're going to be in a separate tab, right? So you're going to do lesson 2, you're going to work out of here, you're going to do your warm-up, and then you do your guided notes, right? So lesson 2 has 3 slides associated with it. Well, for your interactive notebook, you're supposed to have it all in one place. So how do we do that? How do we build it? Well, like I said, you should have all of your notes in one place, right? You were supposed to make a folder in Google Drive, label it Earth Science, and then that way you can just keep yourself organized. So after you're done with this, at the end of Unit 2, there wasn't any assignment to turn in here, so we can just go ahead and add these pages to our notebook when we're done. You can add them before and work out of your big notebook, or you can do them here and then transfer them over. It doesn't matter. So on the left-hand side, we've got our 3 notebook pages for the day that we want to transfer over into our big notebook that has everything in it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and left-click on my first page, okay, over here in this editing tab. And then there's a button at the bottom left-hand side of my screen that says Control, so CTRL. So on the bottom of my keyboard, there's the Control button. So after I've selected this first one, I'm going to press and hold the Control button. And then I'm going to left-click right here in the space next to the second slide. And I'm also going to left-click in the space next to the third slide, okay? After I've selected all the slides I want to move over, I can release the Control button, okay? So what we see now is that all of our slides are highlighted, okay? So these are the ones that I'm transferring over. So now I'm going to put these in my big notebook. So I'm going to come over in this space here, and I'm going to right-click and copy. Okay, so now I'm going to copy these notes over, which means you'll still have these, all right? So you will still have these in your individual lessons. So if you ever just want to go lesson by lesson, you can do that, but you do want to integrate them into your interactive notebook, okay? So then this is my, like, let's say daily lesson. So I'm going to move these into my big notebook. So I'm going to come over here. This timeline is the end of Unit 1. So, or the end of lesson 1. So I'm going to want to put my lesson 2 notes directly after lesson 1. So in this space between or after or the timeline or whatever lesson you're on, you're just going to right click and you're going to click paste. Okay, and when you do that, it takes the notes and then you can link it to your original presentation, which means it'll link to your original notes that you filled out. And then it will put them here for you. So you just have to copy them from one Google slide and paste them into the other one, and that's all you have to do. And I will always have a link to the full notebook for you guys to view it as we get close to the end of each unit, so you know exactly what the order of the notebook should be. But just to move pages over, it's just copying and pasting. But I hope that this helped you. If you still have questions, let me know. And then again, your interactive notebooks are due tonight, so make sure you guys are getting those done and uploaded.